Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. We've got Tony Gilbertson sharing some of his expertise for those that are crazy enough to jump in the woods and think you're going to find an elk. But when you do, you better do it the right way. Now, you mentioned during the commercial break that there's a reminder that you want to make sure that folks are well aware of with these elk. If you find them one day, things can change in a matter of hours.
Yeah, don't get discouraged. If you go out, the cows are going to dictate somewhat how those bulls respond.
Sure.
I mean, if there's a cow in heat,
that
bull's going to be fired up.
Right.
And if he thinks you're a bull and you're close to him and you're a threat, game on.
Right.
But I could go out one morning and not hear a sound. I know the elk is there. I've done scouting. I've seen rubs. I've seen tracks. I've seen scat. They're there. They're just not talking.
Right.
The very next day, you go out there, make the same exact sounds, and that bull will cut you off, like I'm there.
Right.
There's a cow that's coming to estrus, and he doesn't want you even around. He's going to let you know he's down there. Stay away from my cows.
Yeah, that's like the best day ever.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
As an archery elk hunter,
Yeah.
especially if you're a caller, that's a situation you want to be in.
Right. Okay, I know we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the different calls and how that can benefit you, of course, for that matter, and hurt you if you do it the wrong way. But if you get cut off as you are either ripping one down into a canyon or whatever, that's obviously a sign that they're not happy with you. Get the heck out of here. What is your next move? Are you going to go right back at him and cut him off, or are you going right in after him quietly?
I'm going after him.
Just no notice, just go.
You don't want to stand, 500 yards from the bull and bugle back and forth. You're not a threat at that point.
Right.
You want to gain ground. You want to get into that, 100 to 150 yard range or even closer if you can figure out where he's at, and then call. And you get into his little bubble there with his cows.
Really upset him.
Yeah. And if you can get in a position where you get really close and you can split the herd, you get between him and his cows, and you rip off a challenge bugle or you talk to his cows, you better be ready. You better have an arrow knocked. Your head better be on a swivel, because that bull's going to come in.
All right, now that. Literally, I got goosebumps. I know you can't see that because, yes, I wear long sleeves every day. I mean, really, those are the experiences that I have to remember, because I'm not as successful as most that are, or not most, but a lot of people. And the vast majority are just like me, so don't get too much of a crown on some people's heads. But those are the experiences that you're like, okay, I'm willing to go through all of this to get there for that one moment.
Yeah.
That might not last more than a few seconds, but once that happens, it's in you forever. Okay, you mentioned talking to his cows. If you're down in there, there's cows that you've split the herd, and you've already know that he's pissed and he's coming, and now you say, hey girls, how are you? What are you saying, and how are you doing that?
So what I'm gonna say, so bulls, when they talk to each other, there's gonna be a lot of chuckling or grunting involved. When there's a cow in heat and they're close to wanting to be bred, that cow's running those cows, or that bull's running those cows around, and he throws out this. A lot of people refer to it as a bull's calling cow bugle, but it's a
bull calling cow bugle.
Yeah,
okay.
It's an aggressive.
Write that down.
It's an aggressive kind of growly, just short, abrupt sound that lets that cow know that you need to come to me. You're in heat. We need to
get together.
Yeah, we need to.
Boy,
make some
chicken
sweet
back
love.
cow. Sorry. It
sounds like this.
That's how my call is every single time I do it. Is that wrong? I'm kidding.
No, that's perfect.
Okay. That's my locator call. Okay, so that is just low grunnel, from the stomach. Just
it's like, I'm anxious, get over here now.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what that bull's saying to that cow.
Now, that one right there, that's a little bit different. That was really not high-pitched, but that was kind of tingy. Is that just because of the new material that Phelps has come up? I mean, this is carbon fiber. I've never seen one like that before.
Yeah, carbon fiber doesn't, you don't have that plastic sound that you have out of tube. It's clear, it's crisp, it's loud.
Yeah.
Something that's similar to the metal tube when it came out. It penetrates that brush better. I think you're going to have the same success with this carbon fiber technology.
Let's go back to that real quick. Busting through the brush, getting your sound through it to get to the elk. So that higher, I don't want to say higher pitch, but louder.
Louder.
That's kind of what you're looking for, to get through that brush, especially the west side. I mean, you got so much of it.
Absolutely.
A lot of times you do.
And that pitch too, that tone is important. when you're hunting on the Coast Range, you've got all these little nooks and crannies and draws. It's all covered up with timber, and that timber and that brush will dampen that sound. So when you're hiking through that, whether you're road bugling or whatever, you've got to bugle, in my opinion, bugle a lot to try to find those bulls, because they be getting down in one of those drainages along a stream channel somewhere over this little tiny finger ridge, and they may not hear you.
Right.
So that high pitch, that loud, that crisp tone, I think, is important for penetrating that brush, especially on the Coast Range. I mean, you get over in Eastern Oregon, and this sound will travel
a long
time.
Ways.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And of course, it does have a cover for it, which isn't going to necessarily tone all that down.
No, that's just to keep the material quiet when you're going through the
because
brush.
you don't want to get them all beat up. So our last couple of minutes, this is something I've got to show. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this before, but a breakdown bugle as well.
Yeah, this is the new Kyan Tube, and a lot of guys they talk. When this first came out, I compete with this. I don't hunt with it. It sounds awesome, but when you want to go through the brush, especially on the Coast Range, you want something compact.
Sure.
And lightweight too. And so Phelps came out with 6 ounces, maybe 7 ounces with the neoprene cover. I think this is 11, but it completely collapses down into the size of an Nalgene water bottle. In fact, that's where I carry it on my pack.
Okay.
And it sounds great. I think a lot of people want versatility. You can throw this in your water bottle pouch, have another tube. Again, you've got 2 different tubes that sound a little bit different, and maybe the carbon tube works one time or one day, and it doesn't the next day. So you pull this out and try this, and maybe that's the sound, that tone that turns those bulls on.
That's interesting. And then I know I've already mentioned this just briefly, but this is also new. We can get a shot with that. Oh, you're already there. Thank you very much. Tiny. I mean, that is just tiny. Give me a rip off that so we know what that sounds like.
For people that can't use diaphragm calls, this is the new easy one by Phelps.
I'm one of them.
It hooks to your bino harness. It's completely hands-free. You can have this in your mouth. Get full draw, drop that thing, and you're ready to go.
It's so much easier than doing I say that just to be funny. All right, I'm making you stay with me, though. Okay, we're not done. We've got some info that's coming up for Tony as well, so don't go anywhere. We've got that and your pike minnow numbers for this past week. Look at that logo. Hit that again real quick. Do it. And there it is. Dude, that is awesome. That is awesome. Now I want to know why you need this. We'll talk about that when we come back from this break, everyone. Don't go anywhere.